Hello, hello, it's Kim Corallo. Shut the Front Door Too. We're a wreath door hanger vintage gift store. We are out of Lexington, Kentucky, and today I have a haul video for you. And let me just tell you, it is a third, maybe a fourth of what we actually picked up this week. We found some of the most amazing vintage that we have ever found, and I'm going to highlight a few of the pieces because today is actually Monday. I'm a day late on filming and getting this video to you, so I'm just going to show you a portion, and then we are getting things cleaned and priced and to our booth space. We still do not have Etsy up and running at its capacity yet. It is still open, it is still running. None of these items will be going there, but if you see something that you cannot live without, and I know it is an extra step, but just take that extra step. We'll get it listed to Etsy for you. Good news is that we think that by the 1st of next month, so what month is this? Gosh, we are already in May, even the end of May. So hopefully by the 1st of June or so, we will start regularly posting up to our Etsy store too. And let's get started because I know that's what you're waiting to see. This is this color is just, to me, is stunning, and I am a green girl, so you know you've probably heard over your life that you're either a blue or a green person. I kind of think that's true, even though I do like blue. I gravitate towards green over blue, but this color to me is stunning. This is a Viking piece. It's a compote. It would look amazing just sitting on its own. I just think the design style, there are no disclaimers on this piece. It is in pristine condition. And let's see, let me go ahead and get the stuff on the floor, and then I can use my table in front of me and to put these other things that are kind of blocking the table. Now this is large, and I just want to show you this because this is a once in a lifetime. I know I kind of say that a lot, a once in a lifetime find, but I've never seen one, and the chances of me running across another is probably slim. This is a plant stand. It is still very, very dusty, and it is made out of fiberglass, and then you know you put your pot here at the top. It's my favorite thing as far as garden-y kind of things. This week we found planters, art, glass, Murano, Viking, blue and white, just all the things. And out of the garden-y kind of stuff, I'm going to say that that's probably my favorite. Just because maybe it's so unusual. I'm actually thinking of another item that is probably my favorite. It wants to stay with me, but I am going to put it in the booth today. Look at this big, huge thing. This is a vase. It would sit on the floor, but I'm not even going to try to pronounce the shell because I know I will pronounce it incorrectly. So, but it has the shell overlay that is in pristine condition, and I think this is some kind of a paper mache type of thing, but I can just see this mixing in very, very well with all of the chinoiserie blue and white style. I just think it would give that sort of Hollywood Regency kind of a look. And so let me go ahead and show you this little planter. Blue and white, a duck. Blue and white and ducks are really, really happening right now in my area. People seem to really be loving them, and I don't see a whole lot, not like I used to. So all those times that I've passed them up in the past, just because maybe I had one too many, I may be regretting that a little bit now. But you know, there's no shortage of vintage. It's out there. And let me give you some ideas. Of course, you can use this as a planter, but you could also use vessels like this. You could have some hand towels rolled up in a bathroom. You can put plants in it, like I said, but you could also use this just on its own. If it was sitting on a stack of books, I don't think it needs anything. I just think that the style of it is really sleek and really pretty. I'll probably be going in and out of the video a little bit just because I'm bending forward Look at this planter. This is another tollware type of planter that I don't see very often. I have actually found 3 as of late. I found a black one. This one is more brown tones. It has the lion heads, and the black one I really wanted to keep, and I did go ahead and put it in the booth. This one is another I want to keep just because I just think the workmanship is stunning. Absolutely beautiful. It is dusty. It definitely needs a bath, but that's not a problem. I found the most amazing family of paperweights, and we'll say I'm regretting a little bit that I didn't pick them all up because the price points were really good. But as it was, I probably picked up 10, and I probably got the 10 best ones just based on the knowledge that I have. But I did leave probably 30 and some really good ones behind. But I'm only going to show you one because you know, they're all different, but this one is probably my favorite. They had one that has sort of coral inside that was made just like this, and I did leave it behind. Regret it just a little bit because I don't always find the unusual shaped ones. I will find round ones and the more common ones, but the really unusual ones I don't see as often. But you know, you just can't pick it all up, and you know, I had many more places that I was going, so I feel good with what I had. It's just that sometimes when you know you don't come across something as often, it sort of makes you feel like, oh, maybe I should just get them and hold some back. But my whole thing starting in January was not to do that, is to have a lot of back stock. There's just not any need for that. So yeah. So I was proud of myself. Look at this. This is Fairy Light. It's in the amber color, which is one of my favorite colorways. I don't have any green glass. I was going to show you. It mixes great with green glass. So that's a little tip for you. This is one of the large sizes, and I think this is Indiana glass, but I didn't do research, so I may not have my glass maker correct, but I do believe it's Indiana glass. There are no disclaimers on this beauty. It's all intact. And, oh, let me show you this. I don't always pick up salt and pepper shakers. They are something that people collect. They are, if they're really unusual, they'll go pretty quickly, but sometimes I'm just drawn to them and I'll pick them up even if there is no particular value there. I just like them. But these, I do think there's probably some type of value there. They're silver plate, and the silver plate is hardly even tarnished. There's a little bit of tarnish on the underplate, but it has its underplate, which is hard to find, and then that cobalt blue glass on the inside. I don't think these were ever used. I think these were just decorative elements in someone's home. But again, with all of the chinoiserie style of decorating, I can see these fitting right in with that. Guys, I have so much around me, not just the stuff that I'm showing you, but the stuff I have pulled out to start pricing and getting to their intended places, that I'm just like, oh, I want to show that, or oh, I want to show that. And I'm not going to be showing it all, but maybe I'll do a pan of the booth to add in to show you guys some of the newer stuff that has been put out. I just can't show it all. I mean, it's a lot, but there will be more next week. Okay, so this is Wedgwood, and Wedgwood is not something that I pass up if I see it. I don't find it in colorways other than the real light blue very often. This is my favorite color. Well, actually the black and white is my favorite. I have never found that colorway personally, but this is my second favorite. So it's more of that cobalt or navy color, and I really, really, it needs a bath as well, but I really, really was excited to find this because it's a lidded jar, which has so many ways. You can use it for Q-tips in the bathroom. You can actually stick your jewelry on your bedside. You could candle this. So if you're a candle maker, and let me just tell you that I know I said that in January, our candle line would be launching, and it is now May and there are no candles. And that is because I did find somebody to pour candles for me, but she thought it was a one-time thing. She didn't realize it was going to be a multiple time thing, and she just couldn't do it. So, and I understand that. And I was really proud of her for saying, I don't have the time, because a lot of times that's hard for businesses to do. However, I was going to do it myself, so I started researching, and I'm crafty, so I knew I could probably pour the candle, but there's a lot more to it on the legal side that I didn't realize. And you have to carry a special insurance. You have to make sure that all your candles have burn times and all this information on there. I decided it was a little bit more than what I wanted to invest in. And so I'm not doing that. But if you do pour candles, that would be a great vessel for that. Look at this beautiful tea caddy with the underplate. Now it is attached, so it doesn't come off of its underplate. This is a silver plate, and it is made in England, and I am real inclined to hold on to this. So when I say hold on to it, you know, just babysit it for a little while and then pass it on. It is it's dusty, so it needs to be cleaned up, because I'm not going to shine this up. To me, the age of this piece, the way the patina is, to me, it fits right in with that moody Ralph Lauren vibe, and I'm just keeping it like this. The person that would like it shinier can do that, and it would shine up beautifully, but it would take a while. It would get the patina back, but it will take a while. So I'm going to leave that up to the person who actually picks this up and wants to put it in their home. And look at the cylinder vase. I loved this. This has the flowers and the birds, the colorway on it. I loved that navy rim on the top. And I would say this is probably Japanese, but I loved the colorway on it. And I actually found 2 of these. So I was really happy. Usually when things came in pairs way back when, you don't end up finding both pieces. So for me to get both of them, and this one has a lot of the really beautiful colors, the greens, it has pinks and orange and the blue. It's just really lovely colorway. One of my very favorites. Okay, and some more glass. This is a Viking piece too, and I knew right away that it was Viking, and it's lidded, and it would also be beautiful candled and have a candle in it. It was also, you know, it's a candy dish, so of course you could use it for that, but I could see this used in a bathroom too with bath salts. I think that would be a really, really stunning way to put your bath salts out on your counter in your bathroom. This is... it's going to the booth, but it's a hard one. I want to keep this for sure. This is not as in rare to find. Like, I've never found one, but Viking glass, I found, you know, the 2 pieces of Viking glass in 2 different places. So they weren't together. It's not that easy in our area. So not that I won't find it again, but sitting here trying to talk myself out of keeping anything, because out of everything that I've shown you, these are like my personal favorites. So out of the stuff we found, so I kind of want to keep all of this. Look at these little critters. They're little bobblehead critters. They're handmade, hand painted. They're out of Mexico, and I found 5 of these little guys, and you know, the value, it's probably not a huge value. It was the cute factor to me. I could see these on a bookshelf in a kid's room, and I could also see these on a bookshelf just to add that little, what is that factor, you know, sometimes that little conversation piece. So I picked them all 5 up because I wanted to keep the little family together. A piece of Murano, because you know, when you find Murano glass out, and this has sort of that teal color with the green with it, the colorway is really nice, and the bottom is polished nicely. Everything about it was good, no condition issues, so really happy to get this. And I would probably put this on, you know, a coffee table maybe. It is big enough that it would catch a remote, but you do have to be careful with glass when you're putting keys or remotes. I mean, I suggest that quite a bit, but you do have to be careful because it can scratch. I don't always pick up milk glass, but I picked up a piece really, maybe exactly like this, but real similar to this. It's an older piece of milk glass. It has the feet, and it's, I'm not sure if it's cut or pressed. I think it's cut. It doesn't feel as sharp as some cut glass, but I don't see a line where it was pressed. So maybe it was pressed, but nonetheless, it is beautiful. It's an older piece, and I do pick up milk glass when it's really, really unusual. Some of the more common pieces I will leave, but I picked something up very similar to this, and it was gone in the second I put it in the booth. So I think pieces like that are desirable right now, and it's probably because they just mix in with any style, and they're useful too. I mean, it's a bowl. It's very useful. Swan planter. This is probably a mold that was hand painted, but I thought it was done very well. And I can see this as a planter. I can see this as a catch-all in a bathroom too. I could see this holding some hand towels or even some washcloths, and I think that it would be stunning. I personally would use this with a plant, and I don't have a plant to stick in it, but I wish I did. That's how I would use this piece. I thought it was really pretty, and right now swans are all the rage. The younger generation are really liking them. I found a couple of pieces of art that had their original price tags on them, so I know that they were originally really, really costly pieces. I picked them up. They're sort of English garden scenes. I picked them up for the colorway and the frame. They're not actual paintings, so they look like they're paintings, but they're not. So this would also give a person who likes the thought of having original art, but maybe it's out of their price point, it would give them the option of having that look in your home. But the colorway was stunning, and I could see these on a bookshelf. I couldn't leave them. I thought they were really, really pretty. And I found 6 pieces of original art, and I didn't pick any of those up to show you. I'm showing you, like I said, the pieces that were just my personal favorites out of this haul because it was so large. Now this is hand painted, and it's a tile, and it was upside down. It's a tile that was hand painted. It's obviously a beach scene, and I just think this would look good on an easel, and it was really cute to me. I couldn't leave that either. Okay, let's see here. Oh, Toby mugs. I found a Toby mug just exactly like him, only he had a green jacket on, and I sold him, and I've sort of regretted it. I don't really collect Toby mugs, and I know there are collectors out there. These are actually pictures, but I just loved that green jacket, and I thought he was so cute. But, you know, I just have to keep reminding myself that I cannot keep every single thing. That, you know, this is a job and it's to find some really unique, fun, cool things to give you guys the option to have a hand-picked, curated style, layered look in your own home. So I ended up getting both of these. The green one went really, really quickly. So I know they are still desirable because of that. And the verdict is still out on whether or not, because I have two, that I might hold back one, but probably not. They're probably going straight in to the booth today, just like most of this stuff. Even at what I'm showing you, this is like a normal haul. Like, this is what normally I would find in the whole week to 10-day time frame of you know, when we do videos. So for us to find the amount of stuff that we found is nothing short of amazing. I have had these many, many, many times, and I will never pass them up. People love them, and I do too. I have never kept a set for myself, but these are obviously bookends. And one thing I want to tell you about bookends is that obviously they're designed to hold books, and these are pretty cute if they had the books in between, just like they are. But don't be afraid to use bookends on their own. Now, these are all taped together, and I'm not gonna untape them. It would take me too long. But use them, you know, on a stack of books like this. The possibilities are kind of endless with these guys. They are super desirable and really, really cute. Pestle and mortar sets, I don't find them a lot. I've only ever found them in marble. But this one, I loved it. I loved it. It's hand done, it's hand carved, and the size of it, I liked that it was skinny and tall. It would be a really fun styling moment. And I'm really kind of sad that I don't have time today to do any styling moments, but that is coming back as well. So if you liked that part of our videos, we are getting back to wanting to add some of that into. If I don't get everything priced and to the booth today, I'll hold back some things and do that for next week. Another garden art that, you know, I told you the fiberglass, having hot flash too, guys, y'all. The fiberglass, what do you call that thing? Plant stand was my favorite. That is my favorite because it's unique, okay? This is actually my favorite. This concrete bird. And I just thought the patina on this guy, he's in really good shape. He didn't have any disclaimers at all, but and I'm sorry, you guys, there's no possible way I could ship him. He would cost more than the value of him. But I will tell you that if you are local, this fella is going right into the booth. So if you're local, that's where he's going, or she. I think she's a female, and I think she's beautiful. My very favorite garden piece. Ooh, this is a nice design element. It goes this way, I believe. An abacus, and the colorway on it, I have it backwards. I liked the brass details, but I loved the red. I thought that was so striking. And again, this is the very first time I've ever found one that wasn't damaged, except for I found a little brass and marble one, but it was only about 2 inches by 2 inches, and I kept it because small things like that, when you put them in booth spaces, they can go away quickly. And it's because people pick it up, they put it in the cart, and then they might change their mind, and they don't have one clue where they picked it up, you know, what booth to put it back. So they typically will just set it down, and it just hardly ever finds its way back. So in one space, I do have a covered or a locked case, and I can put stuff like that in. But the other one, I don't have any kind of a locked case, and I've never had anything go missing there, but I do have that little bit of a fear. Loved these. These are actually napkin rings, and I found a set of 4, and I love this natural kind of woven texture. Also found a nesting set of trays with handles, no condition issues, and I thought these were great too. I'm going to keep them together. I'm not going to break them up, although I'm not so sure that I like them nesting. I think I would break them up in my home. Someone else might think that, you know, that they like them nesting, and that's okay. But because there would be 3 pieces and they're all super cute, there are so many ways you could use these, just as serving, but also this one would be perfect as the middle size would be too, to put on a coffee table to catch things like remotes. And this size I think would be perfect to put on your entryway table to catch your keys as you're coming in. And one more piece, guys, and that is it. And that is, you know what? I'm sitting here looking around and I'm thinking, I grabbed this. I didn't grab this week. I don't think, this wasn't the vase that I wanted to grab to show you. Oh, well, I'm going to show it to you because I have it, but I think you may have already seen this guy because he was 2 weeks or a week ago. Anyway, look how cute he is. Even if you did see him, I like the way the mouth is here and the colorway on him, and I like that little fat bottom. Guys, that is it. That is all we have. I'm kind of out of sorts now. I'm kind of thinking, what did I do with that vase I wanted to show you? Well, that's the life and the way here at home when I am trying to hustle and bustle and get things ready. Guys, that's all we have for you today. We hope that you have the very best day, and we will talk to you really soon.